Spiritual Baptist Faith. My courtesies to all the ministers of religion, the heads of religion, and to all the faithful there. First of all, let me say how pleased I am to be here this morning, and to thank you for your warm welcome, the courtesies extended. In fact, when I was asked to sit there, I said, "You're quite sure that it's going to be my seat?" And I was said, "Yes, sit there," for some reason. Thank you again for it all. But before I make my brief comment, I want to commend the young person who spoke to you just now. I sat there in awe. And so often we have been talking about young people and what could we do with young people, and you've been hearing it. Here is an example. You've brought him up, you've given him the platform, and now he's ministering to all of us. And I hope that could spread to a number of young people throughout Trinidad and Tobago. I want to bless him and praise him, and I hope that he will continue. I also heard this morning, and when he spoke, as he talked about Baptists and how many there are, and we hope that this will fill the savannah, could overflow. When I looked at your theme today, onward, forward, one spiritual Baptist faith, as you know, during my journey with you, I've always been talking about one spiritual Baptist faith. I still pray, and I hope during my lifetime, and I don't know how long I have to live again, I'm quite old now, but I hope during my lifetime that I will be able to see that accomplished, and see one day when we'll all come together as one powerful spiritual Baptist faith. I want to pray for it. Today I'm here. When I leave, I'm going to visit two other sites. I was got one on Thursday, but today is a special day for you and a special day for me. It's an opportunity for me to say thanks to the spiritual Baptist faith that I've done on several occasions, and I'm quite sure that you have heard me say what I'm going to say again, but this is a special year, 2013, so I'm going to have to say it. I'm going to say it in the context that, as you know, in my former position, yes, I had the opportunity to working with you. I want to say thank God for the opportunity for having to work with the spiritual Baptists. It was an experience which will come to me in no other form. It gave me the strength I wanted, and let me tell you something. Whenever you have an opportunity to serve, it's a blessing. Some people feel tired and weary, and another one, and I say the more the merrier. God bless. All these special people I feel get that opportunity, so once you get it, grasp it. I had the opportunity to serve, and you were part of the persons who came. But you didn't only come for things for yourself, you also came as messengers. I want to tell you something. You are powerful people. Do you know it? You have been used as messengers, and you don't know, some of you don't know it. And that is why a certain discipline needs to be taken by all of you, because you have a special work to do. And some of us spoil the path because we forget the work that we have to do, and it influences how other people see you. But without the media writing anything, I want to just tell you how very special you are and what you can do from a personal experience, which I might have said here twice before. But I'm going to say it again because this is 20 years since I had that very personal experience with you. I was sitting in an office in San Fernando doing what I was supposed to do, serve people. Very happy to have it. People would come to me as I sat there. And one of the things, thank God, I did not do was discriminate. If I had done that, I might have lost out. And I want to tell you that anybody who comes to you, just open up and let them come in. Very, very important, because you may try to discriminate and you may miss out a very important person who had come with something that you didn't even know they were coming with. So I sat there and people were coming one after the other to me. Most people came asking for employment at that time. So as soon as they came in, I just said, I started my usual biography. Where did you work before? And this sister came and sat there and she said, no, Miss Williams, I did not come today for employment. So then I sat back and decided to listen. She said, I'm not going to take long. I said, tell me your name. She refused to give me a name, so I couldn't write it down. I still hope to that time. And then she said, I came to tell you something. I came to tell you that you are ill. That's 20 years ago. But you will get better. And she told me some things I should take. I want to tell you here now, I did not hear what she said I should take. All I heard is that you are ill. She was a messenger. And that's why I want to tell you how powerful you could be. Now, I had been visiting the doctors a year and a half before that. So when she told me I was ill, and she told me what I was suffering from, which I wouldn't say today again, I immediately left her sitting there, went to the telephone, phoned the doctor and said, somebody just walked in here to my office and said, you are ill. And what I had. You know what the doctor told me? Miss Williams, that could be true. Well, I didn't even want to hear what he was saying. He said it could be true. I didn't know who was that person. In fact, at the moment, I did not know she was a member of the Spiritual Baptist. I knew after she left. She did not tell me her name at the time. I went and I sat down. She said goodbye and she left and I continued working. Somehow, I felt she was a special person who walked in there. So the next morning, which was a Friday morning, I called the second doctor. And I told him exactly my experience. And he said, go to a clinic on Saturday and you will speak to the doctor there. On the Saturday I went to the clinic. I had myself diagnosed. They looked at me. They asked me to go into the Mount Hope on Monday. All of that in a few days. Monday I passed through my office. I told everybody I was going to Mount Hope. They were all surprised. I said goodbye and I went in. Tuesday night, some folks came in and started to pray. Wednesday I went into surgery. I'm talking about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wednesday I went into surgery. This June is going to be 20 years that I've survived. And by now you all know what I'm talking about. And the only reason that happened is because somebody came in there that evening and told me exactly what they felt I had. Otherwise I'd have been going up and down to that doctor without any help. But what I want to tell you, why I'm using that today, two things. And that's why I'm always so very close. One, to say thank you. That I can stand here 20 years later and join with you in this ceremony. But secondly, more important to me now, is to tell you that opportunity to serve, do it. And to tell you your special message, your special vessels, your special messengers. Recognize it and do the work that God has put you here to do. If she felt I could not, in my humble self, go and tell a minister of government that, she wouldn't go. But she recognized that she had a message and she came. Thank God, at that time, I recognized that everybody who came, and this is another thing you should also recognize, everyone who comes to you, you should allow them to come forward and serve everyone. Do not discriminate. I want to thank God that I did not. Otherwise, I would not have been talking to you here today, 20 years later. So as I journey away from you, I want to tell you, son, keep the prayers, keep the spirit. You're a special group in this place. You are a special group in Trinidad and Tobago, regardless of what people say. Get together and be stronger. Continue to do the work. Continue to encourage the young people. You have heard one today. There are several others out there. They can go out and use it. As a politician, I used to use young people to talk to young people out in the field. That is something that you need. They like to hear the voices of their young old people. Let them go. Give them the kind of support. I know that the spiritual father must have been very proud. Very, very proud. I saw him taking part in it. You too should be proud of what you produce. So as I leave you, I want to say God's blessing. Thank you. Keep the faith. Consider yourself very special. And know that you have messages to take out there. In spite of what might have happened, you're no longer behind the house. I was on the promenade in front of the police station and you all were there. And I was there with you and you were saying all that you had to say. Nobody was coming after you again. Even if they were, still go on and deliver that message. God has given it to you. Blessings to all of you and thanks again. God bless you.